Welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended survivors. In today's video, we've got a really nasty topic to talk about here, and it's something that I absolutely do not stand behind or support, and I find absolutely horrendous. It 100% needs to be stopped and shut down right now. Starting us off, players have been wanting to play Ark Survival Ascended for quite some time, especially console players, and obviously rightfully so. They are upset because the delay of the console version, not only for Xbox but also for PlayStation 5, right? Unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, they did just put out another announcement last night that even further postpones the Xbox and the console launch. They have now officially stated that they are no longer going to be providing the Xbox version at the end of this week, and instead they're actually aiming for towards the end or by the end of next week. And we can speculate that the Xbox version is probably just going to be coming out at the exact same time that the PS5 version is, which may or may not even be at the end of November like they are hoping to do. It could potentially be postponed even longer depending on how long the certification process takes or the issues that they have to fix in order to pass through the certification process. And rightfully so, upon hearing this news, players are extremely upset that are looking to play the game on the Xbox version or even the PS5 version. I 100% get why they are mad and upset. However, one thing that I think has gone way too far is actually happening inside of the official Discord for Ark Survival Ascended. So in the official Discord for Ark Survival Ascended, we actually have two notorious members of the dev team that have constantly been active in the Discord to just bring us news, to generate hype for the news, or in general kind of just give us a little bit of like teaser of what we could potentially expect. And one of those lovely people are Dolly. A lot of content creators have showcased a lot of what they have said via all of these updates over the past, launch for the Steam version and also any console updates. But nevertheless, we actually had a post from another member in the Discord. Now, I'm not going to show any names here, but essentially that person states the lies from Dolly is what hurts the most multiple times now. And the stress and anxiety seems to have gotten the best of Dolly because they just went on this crazy long response. They state, this is a good example, well, one that is safe for work, of why I'm quiet, so I may as well post this here. I'm going to answer in a pretty personal way, so please skip it if you're here after game news. Giving updates and heavily interacting with you all as we progressed felt good, but it may have been better to leave it to the official comms via our community managers where they are more protected by the wildcard/Ark accounts. My natural inclination is to chat with folks like I always have, but I'm reconsidering despite what players say in the moment when they're happy and I'm responding. Yeah, there are those who appreciate the extra communication from somebody in a leadership position because that's not so common with studios, but I'm not sure it's worth it holistically for me personally or for the community. Irrespective of where I land after I've been giving it more thought though, yeah, I'll be quiet for the time being while I'm getting death threats. No job is worth this. Take care, guys. Thank you for those who have sent supportive messages and expressed frustration civilly. You and your perspective is appreciated. Keep your eyes on official channels and announcements. Updates will come via those. And frustrated or not, this is where I personally draw the line. As a content creator working closely with a lot of mod teams, community managers, even developers for, various games in the past, I can tell you 100% it is a very stressful and very high anxiety job. I understand that it's not made for everybody, and whether or not it's made for Dolly or Dolly enjoys this or, obviously it's a full stress for her. Either way, as she mentioned in that last line, no job is worth it whatsoever, especially not getting death threats or constantly getting harassed by the community that you're actively trying to, support and give them, whatever the up-to-date information is or to keep the hype going for the specific game. And at the end of the day, we have to understand that they are still humans behind a computer screen. These are real life people. These are people that have real life feelings, and they can only hold and take on so much stress and anxiety and even harassment in this case. And I can tell you right now, whether they like the company they work for or not, there are millions, and I mean millions of people that clock into a company that they purely do not necessarily like or respect because they have to. They have to work a job. They have to earn some sort of paycheck so then they can obviously support themselves, their lifestyle, or even their family. And that's something that people need to take into consideration. Just because you might have a problem with Wildcard Studios, just because you might have a problem with Snail Games, or you might just simply be frustrated because you want to get and load into Ark Survival Ascended to play the game, at the end of the day, guys, you can't be taking it out directly on an individual via the dev team. They don't control the company. They're not the CEO. And even if they were the CEO can only do so much. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm making up excuses here for Wildcard Studios or Snail Games in all of the mess that they have created with this botched launch of Ark Survival Ascended and the delay for the console versions. I am not whatsoever making up excuses for them. Rightfully so, players are upset and pissed about it. However, guys, we cannot take it out on individuals, especially not people in the development team, the community moderation team, you name it. These people are purely here as a line of communication between the community, for Ark Survival games, not just Ark Survival Ascended, and directly to the development team. If we start taking it out on these individuals, then we will lose any form of connection, as Dolly seems to have already be pulling from here, to the development team, or in general, we're not going to have any communication and know what is going on until they put an official post, and we absolutely do not want that. All right, so please stop doing all this crazy nonsense. If you guys are sending death threats, 100% you should be taken to jail, because that is just total BS. Nobody should be killed over a video game, or even threatened to be killed, whether it's them or their family or whatever else, purely based on something they said inside of a chat forum, thing like Discord. Just in my opinion, that's absolutely bizarre. Maybe that's my 30-year-old age talking, but either way, guys, that's just an absolute nightmare. And so now, moving on to a more positive note, I've got a huge, awesome announcement that I want to share with you guys, and that is that Nitrado has officially agreed to partner me as a tier 1 partnership. Via this partnership, not only will I get a dedicated server for my community that I am currently already have, I'll end up transferring everything over. If you guys are playing on that, stay tuned. I'll have more information talking about us transferring everything over. But secondly, here I also will get a special code and link for anybody that wants to pick up a Nitrado game server, not necessarily just for Ark Survival Evolved or Ascended, but in general, they have other game servers for other games. And if anybody picks up one of those, I actually do get a portion of the commission that directly goes back into supporting the channel. And that, my friends, is officially going to wrap up our video for today. As I mentioned before, guys, keep it civil, keep it civil. Death threats should never be given out whatsoever. I think it's just very, very stupid and very immature, so 100% refrain from doing that. It's okay to be upset, and taking your frustrations out via, words or feedback directly to the development team of Studio Wildcard or somebody like even Snail Games. But at the end of the day, don't directly target a single individual, especially one that is directly trying to communicate back and forth between the community for Ark Survival Ascended and also the development team. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Ark Survival Ascended related. Also, don't forget I do have a Discord. You can always find that link provided down below in the description. With that being said, though, guys, as always, I'll see ya on the next one.